Hello, everyone. It is December 15th, 2020. We are now officially less than a week away from winter solstice, but we do have to discuss a winter storm coming to New York City, the region of New York City specifically, and a large majority of the Northeast is going to see a Noreaster. This is going to produce some significant snowfall, and this is going to be noticeable snow because we haven't really seen anything that noticeable in terms of an impact of travel since 2018. So we've gotten very lucky with Mother Nature in terms of how lucky we got in 2019 with no significant snowfall, and of course the earlier part of this year with no significant snowfall. It sounds like we're finally breaking that streak Wednesday night into Thursday. So we are expecting significant snow to come in to the Northeast. This is a satellite view of the overnight hours going into this afternoon. Right now outside there are a few clouds. I did look outside before I did start this recording, and there are a few clouds out, but there is some peaks of blue sky trying to come through today. So this is pretty much the calm before the storm. So I would suggest today, if you need any essential stuff, prescriptions, food, a shovel, a snowblower, I would suggest do that today because odds are you're not going to be able to get to the drugstore, the supermarket, the Home Depot, or Lowe's. Uh, Probably not. Probably starting tomorrow night because this is something you need to prepare for now. Obviously, this is no joke. I do expect a winter storm warning to be issued for New York City sometime later tonight. So if that does get issued, please follow me on Twitter at Andy's Randomness. I'm going to be giving updates as far as any impacts to commuter rail lines are concerned. I'm going to try to do brief video updates, and hopefully I'll try to get them out to as many people as I can tomorrow, because tomorrow night or Thursday. That's what we're looking at in terms of travel impacts. So let's get into the current conditions right now at Central Park. Currently it is 37 degrees. It is partly cloudy, so again, if you do see some clouds out there today, that is fair. It is partly cloudy. We do have a wind today, so the wind right now is 10 miles an hour. There is a gust, of course, out there today. In fact, let me load up windy.com, because I know I was supposed to load that up. And we'll load that up in the background and try to get you a forecast of the wind gust tomorrow, because I have to go into a comparison of a blizzard and winter storm. Winter storm warning definition. So I want to get into what the National Weather Service defines as a winter storm warning. That way a lot of people can get the gist of it. So with the wind today, it feels like the 30s. Of course, 7 degrees lower than the actual temperature at Central Park. I do expect the wind chill to be in the 20s going into the afternoon and going into the evening. Now, remember, we are in the time of the year where the days do get shorter, but there is a noticeable difference once we start getting into winter solstice on the 21st, which is Monday, which again, it is the shortest day of the entire year in terms of sunrise and sunset. So, that would be a disaster if that were to happen, because if you have conditions where everything looks dark and all of a sudden not enough radiation from the sunlight, chaos could happen. So that's just meteorological standpoint one-on-one there. I do want to note that yesterday we did have some rain in our area, so we will get into that. Let's see if it did measure any rain. Yeah, here we go. So the 14th we're looking for. So pretty much the rain started around 8:51 a.m. yesterday. Was foggy and misty, but then things did clear up, and I did notice some. I did some AMDXing last night, and I did notice a couple of normal stations I do pull in were coming in last night. I said to myself tonight and yesterday, of course, only time I'm going to be able to do some DXing, because knowing conditions, clouds are not going to help the ionosphere in the AM band. So, I had to get it in this week. But, let's go back to the weather. Taking a look at the start time of the snow, we're looking at sometime possibly around 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So I would advise anybody, if you are at work tomorrow, I would advise to leave early if possible, because you may get caught up driving or taking commuter transit home, because remember, there's no stay-at-home order, so there are going to be people out tomorrow, obviously, in New York. So that's why I'm giving the heads up now. Just remember the basic COVID rules: social distance, wear your mask, all that stuff. So this is what they're saying on the NWS website. They're saying the wind gusts are going to be as high as 21 miles per hour tomorrow. But then here comes the problem. Tomorrow night, wind chill values will be between 15 and 20, with a northeast wind 18 to 23 miles per hour, increasing to 26 to 31 miles per hour after midnight. Wind gusts could reach high as 43 miles per hour. No matter what happens, if it rains or snows wherever you are going to see some precipitation out of this. Now, they're saying for New York City, 5 boroughs, 6 to 12 is the ballpark range. On the NWS website, they're saying 8 to 12 inches. Then you have a chance of more snowfall going into Thursday morning. Now, the snow will clear out Thursday night, from what we're looking at this particular moment. So, once we get out of that, clear skies come after a couple days. So obviously everybody's going to try to shovel it, of course. I would advise anybody, if you are in New York City and you do need your show shoveled, and let's say you have a health condition and you can't do it, 311 should have a service available, from what I've heard. So that's the best thing I would recommend to do if you need help. Now, as far as the winter storm watch, it's in effect starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow until Thursday at 1 p.m. Let me see if I can find this part. Here we go. So now they're saying here, from this particular winter story, you're looking at a situation where higher amounts could be in the Hudson Valley, but this is what I found earlier on Twitter. There is a greater chance of snow in eastern Pennsylvania and the western part of New Jersey. So there's a higher amount of 18 to 24 inches you're looking at over there. So I want to go into the winter storm warnings that have been issued over in Mount Holly. So we'll take a look and see what we got here. So as far as anything else that's been concerned from Mount Holly. At this particular moment, if I'm worried about Delmarva at this moment, I would be more concerned about flash flooding, because we're going to look at the GFS for an example. I'll just show you the world apart of this storm. So what's going to happen is you're going to have warm air over the Delmarva. Warmer air that will keep the temperatures above 32. So what happens here is the colder air from the jet stream has somehow circulated. So if I could draw an imaginary line, that would help. Can I draw an imaginary line? Possible. Maybe I can't. But if I could, that would help. If I had the Google Draw thing, that would help. In fact, let me try something. Yeah, see, I can't try it. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So, pretend you're following along with me here. So imagine the jet stream is circulating like this. Okay? So that jet stream, north of it, where I'm moving my mouse right now, where you're following my coordinates, the jet stream is making the cold air push up into the New York City metro region, into parts of Pennsylvania, south of the jet stream, and we call this stall front syndrome. Now, in this term, the warmer air from the jet stream goes south. All right, so typically for Delmarva, for a small peninsula, we do get snowstorms, but it all depends if the jet stream shifts down south. The low pressure system that's circulating this nor'easter is driving all of that warm air south of Philadelphia. So is there a chance that Delmarva sees some snow out of this? No. Does Newcastle County maybe see it coating to an inch? Maybe. But that would be pointless, because then you're going to have a storm that's two worlds apart. The jet stream somehow is shifting some colder air into Baltimore. So there's a chance that Harford County may see at least a coating to an inch, maybe. So let me see here. On the GFS, you do see heavy band of snow. But then, going into Thursday, there it goes. So again, the concern's flash flooding. That's the obvious thing. They have a coastal flood watch in effect for Sussex County. So I would expect some flooding near the coastal beaches of Delaware and, of course, Eastern Shore, Maryland. We'll take a look at this. They have something specific here. Let's look at this. Yeah, this is from Mount Holly. Yeah, I like this one from Mount Holly. Okay. So you see here, like I figured, I had a feeling Mount Pocono was going to see something out of this. See this? This is Mount Pocono. So when you get to Mount Pocono, you get 18 to 24 inches. In fact, hang on. Can I get the mouse back? Yeah, see, I can't even get my mouse cruiser on here. I don't know what's going on with OBS today. I do apologize, folks. OBS is not cooperating with the mouse cruiser. Thought maybe it would, but today it's just not. You do see Mount Pocono. They have it highlighted. Lehigh Valley, you're looking at 18 to 24 inches. Now look at this. In parts of the New York City metro area that New Jersey is a part of, that snow line between New Brunswick and then Morristown, 18 to 24 inches. There's a forecast for Philadelphia to get 8 to 12 out of this. And then, like I figured, see, there's Newcastle County. Wilmington would at least get 4 to 6 inches. So, yeah, once again, they have that. See, I like what Mount Holly's doing. They're being specific. They know that the coastal beaches in Delaware And the eastern shore of Maryland's not going to get any snow out of this. I mean, that's obvious. And I like this. They have mainly rain. That line is shifting into Salisbury in Wycomico County. So there you go. That is more specific than maybe Wakefield will do. So I don't want to check Wakefield because then Wakefield may not even give any specific information. In fact, I'll just quickly take a look at Wakefield. I can get NWS Wakefield for a second, see if they have anything. Oh, they have something. Okay. Over the Virginia Piedmont, but I don't want to go into that. That's way out of our range. So what I want to do is I want to go to windy.com in just a second, but let's just take a look at the NAM. As you can see here. Wow. I am amazed. Look what the NAM's doing to Delmarva. Look at all that heavy rain expected. Oh boy, that's not good. Yep. That heavy rain shifting into Milford. And the problem is when you get to Milford, that's an area in Delaware that always seems to get flooded. Always seems to get flooded. The past couple of years when I monitored these rain events, Milford always seems to get the worst of it. Alright, so heavy rain expected in Salisbury too, and then you have Ocean City. As far as the snow is concerned, yeah, I mean, this thing's trying to move in pretty quickly from what I'm making out. This is too close to call range. Maybe some parts of Newcastle see some snow. Then you have some parts of Newcastle that don't see snow. As far as New York City is concerned, we're not getting it first. Philadelphia is getting it first. Yep, there you go. All of Pennsylvania getting snow. All of Pennsylvania. But again, I'd be more worried about my general interest area, which is the Poconos, Lehigh Valley, Scranton, and then Philadelphia, of course. The eastern PA part. And then the middle part, which is where Harrisburg and Hershey is. So they're going to see some snow out of this. There's no question. But then look, everybody gets snow. Then you have that sleet mix coming in. And then here comes the sleet going into New York. Then it briefly becomes rain. Then it becomes snow again. Then it clears out. So lastly, let's go to windy.com and take a look at the wind gust. Let's see what it does when I play it. Alright, here come the wind gust. I mean, this is slowly moving ahead, as you can see here. But I don't want to go that far. I want to go to maybe 5 p.m. tomorrow. Let's see. There's the noticeable change. Run around 3 p.m. tomorrow. Then you go to 6 p.m. Yep. Here come the winds. At least you're looking at a 40 mile per hour wind gust. Yep. Maybe even 50 mile per hour. It's getting too close to that purple range. Yep. And then thankfully Thursday it does clear out. The winds do try to die down, of course. So that's the good news in terms of that. And what about Friday? Does the wind die down? Okay, the wind does die down. Let me go to Friday night. Oh, okay, good. So the winds do start to die down by Friday. So that's some good news on that end. Lastly, we're just going to take a look to see what the difference between a winter storm watch, warning, and advisory is. So, this is what definitions mean. So, this is what we got. Winter storm watch means conditions are favorable for a winter storm event. So, a blizzard watch would mean conditions favorable for a blizzard event, with winds at least 35 miles an hour. So we're not there just yet. They're not forecasting a 35 mile per hour wind. So a warning means that heavy snow of 6 inches in 12 hours or 8 inches in 24 hours. So blizzard conditions could come for at least 3 hours. Now, low visibility is possible, but that's up to the NWS to figure that out. So we're not there just yet. But again, in meteorological opinion, I do expect a warning to be issued, not a blizzard, but at least a winter storm warning, possibly later today, most likely. Alright, so with that, we're going to wrap this up. I wanted to try to get a national radar view. In fact, let me see what I can do here. I have a way to get the radar up. Well, that doesn't help me. Thought I could pull up the radar. Let's see. Get you an idea. Let's see. I loop it. Let's go to a high-res version of this thing. Then I'll zoom out of it. So here is our snowstorm. At this particular moment, it is in Kansas. It is in parts of Oklahoma. And it's looking like it's going to move to the northeast. So again, that's what we're looking at right now. And it is coming. So with that, stay tuned for more updates because there are going to be updates regarding the storm. So thank you all for watching, and until the next one, please take care.